walking in. The mares are set to go. Racing now. Caught them in a perfect line too. Royal Merchant was away well. Called Eye given a positive ride by Nash. He's going to put her right on top of the speed, and Called Eye takes up the running now. From Royal Merchant, Fine Point. Dalcini a bit closer than usual. Roots is behind those, one off the fence, followed by Russian Conquest. And last on the outside was, as they settle down, Mirror View, her stablemate. So Called Eye stacks them right up here. No real tempo in this race. Called Eye, 750 metres to go. 3/4 of a length in front of Royal Merchant. Fine Point having no luck. Pratted out on a limb, 3 deep, followed by Dalcini. Then Roots coiled up behind those in 5th placing. And 2 lengths Mirror View with Russian Conquest matching strides at the back. Down the side they go, 600 metres out. Called Eye's had an uncontested lead. Half a length Royal Merchant, Fine Point. Dalcini's behind those. Roots is about to ease to the outside. Early in the straight here, 400 metres to go. Called Eye still on the bridle lead. Royal Merchant closing in. Fine Point's brave. Roots switches to the outside now. She's being cuddled by Berry. About to turn a loose he is now. 200 metres to go. Here comes Roots on the outside. Going out and after Called Eye. Royal Merchant, Dalcini ran out of room on the fence, but it's all Roots. 50 metres to go. She's going to win the Group 2. There's a treble for Tommy. Roots wins it by 2.5 on Called Eye. Fine Point. Royal Merchant 4th, followed by Dalcini. Next over was Mirror View and Russian Conquest.
Well, she's got a hot Danish to go with her Emancipation. Roots number 2, Tommy Berry and Chris Waller with those blinkers on for the first time today. Called Eye every chance in front for Nash. Gerald Ryan and Sterling Alexio, and Fine Point first up has run third. Zach Lloyd replacing the indisposed Kathy O'Hara and Chris Waller, the trainer. Roots, 2 easy, 3 for Berry.
Well, didn't she fly with those blinkers on for the first time today? They certainly did the trick with her. She was a little flat there on the invitation second up after a nice first up run where she hit the line nice in the Alan Brown. But boy, that's a different gravy here today. Stays at 1400, puts the blinkers on her, and she runs home off a moderate speed. And I'd suggest that her sectionals are going to be finishing speed is going to be astronomical there. All honours with her. She's a pretty good mare when she's right, and she was spot on today.
Yeah, and she was strong through the line, Ronnie. She travelled like the winner pretty much the whole race. She was right up underneath Tommy Berry solid from the half mile home, but I was just super impressed with the way that she, the turn of foot was electric once he let her go. Another great ride by Tommy Berry. He's on song.
1:21.68 they've run. Sizzling time, 34.28 the last 600. 1:21.68 they've run time. And Roots gets the money. Damien Fitton, blinkers.
Yeah,
wow.
The addition of blinkers. Look, she was probably a bit lazy in the invitation, and Tommy said, whack them on. He worked her throughout the week, and she was exceptional. So it was a great ride. There was more speed than anticipated on paper, but to Tommy's credit, he held her up and let her use her turn of foot when it counted most.
What happened in the invitation? She got a bump at the start, and she lost ground, and then she never travelled. And I think Tommy was saying she just lost all confidence. It was all impacted.
Yeah, you summed it up perfect. Things didn't go to plan, and that's as simple as that. She lost confidence and didn't have that finishing dash she probably was entitled to give. So, look, the blinkers back on has really helped her today.
Group 2, you'd love to think that she could go on and go one better. Well, it might come at some stage in her career.
Yeah, she's just been a model of consistency her whole career, and she's continuing to progress as she gets older. So there might be a nice little Group 1 somewhere for her, but we'll leave it to Chris. But the way she's working at home and the way she's racing, there's no doubt she's got the ability to do it.
Yeah, keep those blinkers on.
Sounds good.
Well done. Okay, that is the Hot Danish. We've got the Golden Gift and the 5 diamonds to come. 2, 4, 3 and 1 the numbers. 2, 4, 3 and 1. 1:21.68, 34.28 after the fillies and mares Group 2.
Now, come on, tell me, whose choice was it, yours or Chris's?
It was a joint decision.
Come on.
I did mention to Chris, she was pretty lacklustre last start, and she was explosive first up, but just even she was knuckling over coming out the gate. She just wasn't concentrating, and I mentioned it, but that's all you do with trainers. You've only got to mention it, and it's up to them whether they want to use it or not. But Chris knows his horses pretty well, and I came to gallop her. I didn't know I was galloping. I come to ride work for him last Saturday morning, and I jumped on her with blinkers on. So she worked really well, and it showed today. She was still pretty laid back onto the gate, so I'll give her a bit of a canter just before we went in to keep her mind on the job, and she was a different horse today.
She travelled like the winner a long way out.
Yeah, I had them covered. It's just a matter of when I pushed the button, but that was going off the first up run. That's how she gave me that sort of feel. And I asked Chris if I could stick with her, and he said, let's just take one race at a time. So I thought after last time, it might be me done, but he stuck with me, Chris, and I haven't had a lot of luck from him. I've had a lot of rides since I've been back, so it's nice to get a good winner for him.
Well done, buddy.
Cheers, thank you.